Welcome back, ghouls and goblins, to the Broken Day, Chapter 2. Ha ha ha! Where we last left our cantankerous ne'er-do-wells, they find themselves in the suite of the Overlook Hotel, an apparent warren of the prince himself. You find yourselves within the confines of a luxurious room. Power is out, so candelabras have been lit around the room. It's not as disheveled as it looks. Here. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, we're back. So the coterie finds themselves in want of some information. The last time we left, a lot of you wanted to go around town and shake down some power brokers. You did get some information on the sheriff. You know that the prince and the sheriff occasionally haunt this particular hotel, so you can probably assume that there's some kind of area where they go about their business. Probably your number one course of business is to figure out where that room is. If anyone wants to take it from the top.
Okay. So Frankie will clap her hands together and say, "All right, this has been great, everyone. It is time to move forward. So we can divide and conquer if that's amenable to everyone, or we can all go together. But I think a high priority will be finding the haven that the prince actually used in this establishment. There will be much more information there, and we can hopefully identify who the sheriff is."
Well, in
Yes, it
that
makes
case,
sense
would
to
you
me.
go ahead, Jack?
Well, I was just agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Should we speak to the porter?
If we do, we have to be careful. We don't want to do anything to suggest that the prince is dead. We could check the basement. Seems like the
I
kind of
love
place.
dark spaces. I think that's a great place to start.
Any objections?
Do not.
Do we wish to
Wonderful.
split up to be a little bit more efficient? Because the Scooby-Doo routine is actually a good idea.
I vote yes. Yeah. Let's
Certainly.
just go ahead.
All right, everyone give me an appropriate check for what you're going to search and how. So like awareness, investigation, you can go carouse, whatever you want. Just give me the check and I'll tell you what you dig up about it.
I'm so sorry. I need to take just a brief pause. I'm really sorry. I left my notebook in the other room.
All
One
right.
second.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just kind of do a macro understanding if you want. Let me go. God, White Wolf, I really wish you knew how to publish a book. Hey, Bush Moy! Victor is confounded because he's inside a building. It's just uncharacteristic. You don't discern anything outwardly noteworthy in the immediate area. If you go downstairs, you can do it again. But who wishes to go next?
Let's see. I will do.
It's our
We
god
still have
fearing.
3 hunger dice. Okay.
Jesus
Oh,
of the Nazarene. Okay, so let's just say that the doc figured it out, but we're gonna wait for Phoenix to get back. All right. So where do you do your check, Dr. Frankenstein? It's Frankenstein.
Dr. Frankenstein would like to go. Dr. Morgagni would like to go to the basement and see if there's anything suspicious there. So I don't find my check too.
All right, let me. Oh yeah, you're 8, which is actually beating an impossible DC. So congrats. You make your way down to the basement, and using your occult and intelligence check, you kind of recollect on vampiric tendencies. You see that it's a large wine cellar with a variety of decanters. There's little sconces on the wall for torches, which seem a little bit out of date. You notice one of them has a fair amount of rub on it, and you go, there's no way. You pull on it, and it reveals secret door.
Hell yeah.
All right, let me show you all the... Oh, actually, and as soon as the secret door opens, sunlight begins to pour out of it.
That's not good.
It's 11 p.m. I think we can deduce that this is probably that a similar enchantment to the windows that we found in the prince's other court.
That is the exact conclusion that you should be reaching, especially with an 8 occult intelligence check. This is perfectly safe. Alright, let me slap the lot of you into this room, which apparently I already did, because I'm a genius who has no flaws. Okay. Just make sure the lighting's fine. You're good. Alright, you enter in. It's a cozy little stone-lined room with windows with artificial light. There's a variety of books and various ephemera kind of lying around in a 2-story stack. You can see that the subterranean basement has a little bit more give for this study room. There's books. The only outwardly noteworthy thing is that there is a series of glassware kind of in a small little display case in the right side of the room. Aside from that, everything else is just books and a little telescope and an astronomical bottle and various things for alchemy, astronomy, and occultist practices. There's also a singular bottle of champagne, but it is a Nebuchadnezzar, so it's like the size of like a small horse, and it's sitting in the corner too.
Okay. I'd like to go look at the occult stuff.
Okay. What do you want to investigate? Whatever's on the map you see. So just like, do you want to check the big book? You want to check the scope?
Let's look at the scope.
Okay. You look at the scope, and it gives you a brief kind of overview of the city at present. It shows the ruins and the fires. It shows the fire crews putting everything out.
Okay.
What would you like to do with the scope exactly?
What kind of light is coming in to this room?
Artificial sunlight. It has no effect on you, but you do feel faintly warmed as though being greeted by a warm summer's day.
Okay.
It's an identical enchantment to that which you discovered inside the prince's lair underneath the opera house.
Can I see that stuff in the distance even without the scope?
No, you have to look into the scope in order to see it. If you actually look out the window, it's kind of a general foggy haze. Think like Silent Hill 2, but way brighter.
Okay, got it.
Can I ask I have a question. By scope, you mean telescope, right?
Yeah, telescope, yeah. It looks exactly
Okay.
like it looks on the map. It's like a goofy little old-fashioned telescope.
Okay, just making sure.
Anything else?
Is there anything particular about this telescope, like, is the lens, like, clearly something, like, is any of this unnatural, is what I would say?
The lens is unusually precise. Like, you've been around the block a while, you've seen astronomy and other telescopic equipment, and this is just unbelievably precise crystal. This seems to be almost outside of the confines of present manufacturing capability, as far as you can tell.
Okay, got it.
All right.
I will present that to the class.
Okay. You pony up the information that the spyglass seems to show what is happening around the city in a kind of broad stroke.
Excellent.
Any commentary, ladies and gents?
None so far. I'm pleased that we have it.
Yeah, pretty cool. But
Cool.
Juan Carlos has no idea what this would be used for.
Nope.
All right. Anything else that we wish to investigate? The glassware, the books, everything that's on the map is on the map.
Like to investigate the glassware.
Perfect. Give me an investigation check.
Let me get away with a cult.
Sorry, babe. There's nothing magical about these glasses. One thing that is outwardly noteworthy about them that does not require a check is that, as you were coming into town, you can identify some of the names. It seems to be a collection of glasses from taverns and bars around town. God damn it, woman! like,
Just hand her your notes.
yeah. So here's the notes. You fucking God.
It seems to be a collection of glasses from like bars and taverns around town.
Yeah. A small collection of glassware lies poised on the wall. The glasses are from various establishments in town. A discerning eye can note that one of the glasses reads Le Chat Noir and has rich, bright red lipstick upon its rim that seems to be carefully preserved. You will also note that there's not an iota of dust in this room. It is meticulously kept clean and ornamented. You could discern that the glass, the one with the lipstick, bears special significance.
Frankie will relay this to the class.
Juan Carlos will stroke his chin, nod, and say, I don't understand what this is important for, but I'm sure you will be able to figure it out. He knows what he's there for.
Is there anything else we wish to investigate? There's like a champagne bottle. There's actually a variety of small packages wrapped in ribbon with various notes affixed to them.
Daphne would like to investigate the packages.
All right, give me a roll. The DC on this is 1, so just don't beef it. I assume you can read. Oh, actually, here's one little thing though. Can you read French?
Shoot. I don't think so.
Ah, shit! I didn't pick the French late game debuff.
Yes, I can. I did put it on my sheet. I can read French.
All right, perfect. So the notes are all written in fairly fanciful kind of diplomatic French, and they're thinking a variety of random names for their patronage. Just a variety, a random collection of names. It's not terribly important at the present moment. You can give an insight check to discern what in the world is going on here.
Perfect. I do nothing in insight. Hold on.
Perfect. It's a crit, so I'm going to give it to you. So you could reach the reasonable conclusion that all of the names listed are aliases, and that the prince, through a variety of means, inculcates himself with polite society, and polite society sends him gifts, and he just stashes them in here. You can thumb through a lot of them, and you can see that one actually catches your eye. It is a small bundled package, and there is a note on the outside with a highly stylized Art Nouveau cat on it that says Le Chat Noir, and it is thanking a certain Morgan for repeated patronage to our esteemed establishment. Do you wish to open the box?
Yes, Daphne will open the box very quickly and with a lot of ripping.
Okay, you open the box, you lift the lid, and in the interior is an object wrapped in delicate wrapping paper. Give me an awareness check. You may do so with a +2 advantage. So just add 2 to whatever the hell you roll.
On the vampire dice, right?
Yes. God damn, it's 6. You were immediately greeted with a certain pugnacious aroma that reminds you of a woman in a certain semblance of excitement. Do you open the paper? Like,
Wait, what is it exactly?
the particular aroma of a woman in a particularly fond mood, in the boudoir, if one will. Do you unwrap the paper?
Yes, even more excitedly.
You open it, and inside is a very tasteful, used woman's article of clothing. I will leave it at that.
Can I ascertain from this garment and the Le Chat Noir and the patronage line that this is a bordello of some sort?
You with your awareness charisma check, you conclude, yeah, this is a bordello. Like,
Wunderbar. Okay.
Somehow the undergarments are still soaking wet. You don't know how. Like,
Um,
the magic of Riz, if you had any.
it is. Hey, I have plenty.
I imagine you just slowly shut the box, wrap it up, and speak of this to no one.
What to know? She takes a big old whiff of the. Okay,
Jesus.
but I will relay that to everyone. I will actually hold up the garment, and then relay it to everyone, and then put it back in the box and set the box down.
It actually still has a label affixed to it that says it was manufactured on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, and this is actually a pretty good
Okay,
set of underwear. Like,
this might be like a little bit gross. I don't know, but or
that's not
maybe
allowed
too-
here. We're not allowed to be gross here, but carry on.
Can Daphne, through the smell, like make any other assumptions about the person, or like, is there any insight? Hold on, I have to go with.
If she was menstruating somehow and that was bloody, I would have given it to you, but she was not. So
I'll stop there. Okay.
there's a second box, however. Like,
But just a little like rust on the bottom. Okay, no.
the rest of the boxes come from like the mayor's office. One of them comes from the De Lugo construction firm, and it lists an office down on Pier 39 and what have you. It seems that the prince, this kind of gives you a somewhat broad brush of some of the power players in town, at least on a very finite level. You can reach the conclusion that apparently this bordello was fairly popular for the prince. So that would perhaps be an interesting location to go next. Is there anything else we would like to parse?
I'm good.
Just one touch of prostitution, and suddenly you people just clam up. Like,
I'm not clamming.
whatever you say, buddy. Anything? Is there anything else we'd like to investigate in the room? I mean, it's carte blanche here. There's like a little alchemy set. There's weird orbs lying around. Like, there's a lot of options here.
Can I can I use insight and just put myself in the brain space of a prince and be like, if I was a prince, where would I hide some shit?
Politics.
Politics?
Yeah.
I have a 0 in politics.
There may be someone who's good at politics. Actually, let me actually look up to see who the hell that is. I know one of you is good at this.
It would be good.
I have decent politics, yeah.
I gotta remember where the fuck I stuck y'all's. Hey, not bad. I'll give you. You could re-roll that one and get a +2 bonus. God, you're all just beefing it today. Thank God you're not gonna fight anyone except prostitutes. Oh my God, the coterie suffered the true death because a bunch of hookers. Again? Wow,
Way
this.
to go.
All right.
Can I roll with +2?
Do you have politics, prof? Let me see here. Yeah, literally only Jude is the one. Do it again, Jude. You get 3. This is ridiculous. Like, one more shot, add 2. What the fuck? Okay. What is going on here? Like, he's
Dude,
got.
are you
So,
using?
How do
for
I account for +2? Because I already have.
I know what you're doing. You're only rolling politics. Roll politics and an attribute.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Reroll politics plus a stat, intelligence, charisma, whatever you want. That's the problem.
There we go.
There we fucking go. All right, so like a 4. All right, Victor, you take your head off. This is serious thinking time. You start chewing everything over. From what you've seen from the gifts and what you've been told, the prince probably has, a wide breadth here. Not terribly deep, but he has his hands in everything, like a vast lake, not an ocean. Now, what exactly do you all want to get out of the roll? Like, what's the information you want to parse here? Like, what's like the exact question? What are we trying to roll over on our noggins?
We should really be looking for, hidden buttons, secret stashes. Because, yeah, this is like a safe space, but everyone knows you got to put even safer spaces in your safe space.
Okay. From what you've seen, the prince seems to be fairly fond of cachets, like an insular little room in the basement of this hotel, inside the opera house. Give me an investigation check, and you can all do it as a group. And I'll give you a +2 bonus if you all put your vampiric noggins together.
I have a 3 in investigation and 4 in intelligence.
Watch, she's gonna roll like a 2.
I'm probably gonna. I'm asking, like, I mean, if we're doing this as a group, does that mean like one person does it?
No, everyone does it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
They're
we
not.
get like what, a +2?
Yeah, +2. They're not sending their best.
So I just add more vampire dice?
No,
I'm
just
gonna
add
keep my
just
0.
add 2 to the roll, like a flat 2. Jesus of the Nazarene.
She really didn't need that extra 2.
I think a 9 is an impossible DC, and it describes it as finding a single homeless person within an evening during a rainy day in Los Angeles. Just like insane shit. All right, so our good doctor here looks around the room, sees all the orbs, and has a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. That the orbs in their orientation seem to be catching and reflecting light in such a way, and she starts plopping all of them around, and the light bounces between one another, forms a little beam that hits the dead center of the room, and a kind of illusory stone fades away, revealing a safe.
Neat.
Neat. Well, she's going to attempt to open the safe. Or at least inspect the safe. Let's say she inspects the safe.
You grab the handle, it is locked. There is a 8-digit code, and it's numerical. Oh, there is writing on the safe, but you cannot outwardly identify what it is.
Can I do something funny?
What?
Is the writing magical or just a foreign language?
It is a foreign language.
All right.
What foreign language?
Can Juan Carlo just like, and then just say what language it is in distasteful, like in a distasteful way?
I want you to give me a brief overview of the indigenous tribes that he has interacted with. I will give you 3 options, pick 3 tribes, and let's see if you get it right.
Indigenous tribes. Fuck, which indigenous tribes were in the fucking Mexican area? 1 second.
It is in a Latin script, but you have absolutely no idea what it says. The words have no semblance to any language that you can readily identify.
One second. Trying to see who was in the northern Mexican region, because that's who he would be interacting with.
It could be Seri. It could be Tohono. There's quite a few options.
Looks
Hey,
like
actually, for you, you would read this and immediately know that this is not from that area at all. This is an indigenous language from an entirely different region.
All right, it's not European, so he's not gonna say it with this taste, but he's gonna be like, uh, looks native-ish, maybe. Hmm. And then his eyes are gonna go shifty, like he's not super sure.
The prince used to be Prince of Boston. We determined that from the notes in his other hideout.
Oh no.
Perhaps it is a language from that area.
Oh no. You are welcome to make intelligence checks to discern if you remember your rudimentary understanding of northeastern indigenous languages, which are basically all extinct. So.
That's going to be investigation?
Yeah. Oh, if any of you have linguistics prof, which is like one of the weird sub things. Oh, actually, academics. Academics or history would be tolerable.
Nothing in that language family.
Oy! What do you mean you
I'll
don't
just
have
do
a
it for fun.
rudimentary understanding of languages of the Great Lakes region? God damn it, Daphne. What do you mean academics and dexterity? Get the fuck out of here. Roll that shit with roll that with a mental stat, buddy. Like, I'm gonna have to put my foot down. You can't be live trying to figure out what. There we go. That's better. Like.
Daphne feels things through choreomania, so you know.
All right, fine. I'll give it to you because it fits with your Malky shit. Okay.
Yeah,
But
because
that's still
not
impressive.
vampire girl shit.
You know what? Actually, I'll get. Actually, that is probably. That's actually pretty good. So I'm just gonna send Phoenix what it is,
Sick.
and let's see if
Who
she
needs to be
butchers.
smart when you can be hot?
And let's see if she butchers how it's pronounced.
Algonquin. I know how it's pronounced. Okay.
That's exactly it. It is the indigenous language from the New York area, and is actually where the word Manhattan comes from.
Sweet.
Well,
This is written in Algonquin.
Perfect. Just in character, Daphne will grab the doctor's hands and do a little interpretive dance with her. And sort of in a sing-songy voice, then say, Algonquin. Just for the flair. Okay, carry on.
I love Kate Bush.
Algonquin. The doctor repeats. Perhaps there are resources on this language. If not in the prince's library, then in the public library, if the book survived the fire.
Perhaps. So I'm sorry, we're getting this information. What is this written on again, or what are we looking at again? I'm sorry, guys. I've been trying to take notes, but
There is something chiseled in the exterior of the safe in Algonquin.
have we gotten into the safe yet, or we're trying to figure out how
There's
to
an
get into it?
8-digit code, and there's some stuff written on it in Algonquin.
Gotcha. Well, we should at least take note and write it down, and if we can cross-reference anything at the library, we should do so. Or maybe the prince, does the prince have any books that one can see in the shelves around us?
A lot of you take 5 minutes to parse through all the shelves. Actually, all of the books in here are, weirdly enough, all in French. So, you spend 10 minutes... Yeah, you spend about 10 minutes parsing through all of them, and there's no Algonquin to English dictionary in here at all.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not just like sitting on a stand open to the page we need or anything.
Yeah, none of that.
Alright, but what if I slide you a Benjamin under the table?
With that
That work?
furlough.
Yeah. Yeah. He's hurting right now. It's the best time for that.
Except considering this the age, it's not a dollar bill, it's the actual Benjamin.
Okay, it is an 8-digit number, and I will give the entire coterie one guess as to what it is. One guess. Punch it in, see what happens.
What's this guy's birthday?
You don't know.
Is it the day of the fire?
Is there a birth? Oh,
Do you
that's
do you
a
want to
good
do you want to punch that in?
That
Yeah.
would be awfully. That would be an awfully accurate prediction, considering the fire was this morning and the prince died in it.
Yeah, put in the day of the fire.
So 04/18/1906.
Yes.
It opens.
Damn.
You were right. You fucking meant that.
You don't have to logic your way through it. Sometimes you just have to think of something cool.
You know, true words have never been spoken.
Inside is an FN Browning model 1900, the first handgun to use a slide. I will post a photo. There are
Nice.
several 9mm rounds in here for that handgun. There's a photo in here. Hold on a second. Let me see where the fuck I put it.
Yeah, Victor would immediately recognize this.
I will post it in the chat. It is also the best handgun in Red Dead Redemption 2. So
Sick.
we'll post it in here. Wait, it fires 9mm, right? Hold on a second. What fucking ammunition does this motherfucker use? Wait. Oh, it uses 32 ACP? Weird. Okay. It's got 6 mags in here with 32 ACP, and it has a maximum round capacity of 7. Huh, weird. What a strangely opportune time. Alright, cool. So you got 6 mags. There's already a mag in there. It's got +1, so you got 8, and then you got 7 times 6. There's also a variety of journals, ephemera, a magnifying glass, a pair of binoculars, and several large bricks of gold bullion. Like the big, heavy Fort Knox bricks that weigh like 150 pounds. Like there's like 8 of
Can you
them.
repeat the contents more slowly?
Yes, please.
Here, I'll punch it in here. Binoculars. Oh, here, let me take off caps lock. God, son of a bitch. Binoculars. Magnifying glass. 6 bars of gold bullion. And a journal.
What is bullion again? Gold bullion? Oh, 6 bars of gold bullion. Sorry. Yep.
650-pound bars of gold, which is useless to you because Jack is a billionaire.
As long as I have my manservant, I have no need for gold. Now, the journal. Can we pull that out and take a turn through those pages?
Yeah, sure. Can you read Algonquin?
No.
It's useless to you for
But
the
it's
time.
also in Algonquin.
It is written in Algonquin, yes.
It's just pushing your buttons that you can screw us by having this niche language.
It's my
Question.
it's my number one thing.
Keep it around the chest.
Wait, Phoenix, you
We
can
recover. Sorry, go ahead.
In media
no,
res. In media res.
Juan Carlos gonna look at the weirdo, the Malkavian, and be like, "Do you do the touch things and see their memories thing?"
I do not. That is unfortunately not one of my gifts.
Imagine being a Malky and not having kinesthesia.
Yeah.
Nikki is going to open her bag that she put the remnants of the charred prince into, and she's going to rummage through it because she's looking for an eyeball.
Ooh, okay. You dig
Sorry, she's
around.
looking for a tongue and an eyeball.
All right. Roll me a percentile die.
A
Give me,
percentile?
yeah, a D100. Give me odd or even. They have to match. If they match, you find an eye and a tongue. If they don't, you only find one.
Odd.
Odd? All right, give me.
Hang on.
You have to put the space between the slash and the 100. It has to be /RD. So like /RD went, oh, like that.
Oh, /R. Okay.
And then you're picking odd.
Odd.
One more time. One more time. One more time.
Get it.
Oh my god, you did it!
Okay.
At first,
All right.
his desiccated skull is sealed shut, and you think to yourself, oh, not again. You crack open his jaw, there's a tongue. You peel open an eye, nothing. A shattered nothing. You peel open the other eyelid, a faintly preserved but fairly intact eye.
Wonderful. So Frankie takes these two items and pops them in her mouth, chews, and swallows hard. And I'm invoking Eyes of Babel. By ingesting the tongue and an eye of a person, the caster gains the ability to read and speak any languages known by the victim.
Congratulations, you now know 26 languages.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Eye of Babel.
Yeah, Eye of Babel.
Let me just read this really quick.
The rouse check allows for the supernatural dissolution of the ingredients.
Is this in your sheet?
It's in my sheet.
Okay, good. Let me just read this really quick. Yeah, Scour's secret. I don't see. Oh, here we go.
It's Eyes of Babel. It's under rituals.
Plucking the ingredients fresh from the victim. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Did you make your rouse check?
Oh, remind me how to make a rouse check?
Just click the little skull icon to the right of your hunger.
Just difficulty 1?
Yeah, it's always 1. Ooh. Well, even if you fail a rouse, you still do it. So you still do it.
Okay.
Oh, there's a ritual roll on these. Hold on, I have to remember how the fuck ritual rolls work. Oh, it's just a ritual roll, VTM. I have to remember how the fuck these roll. It's int plus blood sorcery.
Okay. Plus blood sorcery.
A critical win extends the duration to a month.
Plus blood sorcery.
Eyes of Babel. Not bad. Alright, you get it for a week. Congrats.
Woohoo!
And your hunger went up to 2. Okay, you're good.
Yep.
Congrats, you now read Algonquin. Oh, do you want to know what it says on the exterior of the safe?
Yes, please.
It says ashes to ashes, dust to dust in Algonquin.
Implying a fire.
Applying a fire.
All right, you thumb through the journal. It's relatively rote. It's basically discussing the movers and shakers in town. And it also refers, the prince also, there's a faint little notation in there where the prince begins to complain about how their sheriff spends way too much goddamn time at the Black Cat, Le Chat Noir. Is there anything else you would like to parse from the journal? Because it's voluminous, it's thick. With 4 C's.
Frankie is going to relay the information that she quickly found to the others and ask their opinion. Is there anything else that we're looking for in particular? I can read it more thoroughly at a later time.
You can actually, now that you have learned Algonquin, you can use Scour Secrets on it.
We have to be looking for something in particular for Scour Secrets, though, right?
Here, let me see. Pour through a large amount of content within minutes. Basically just lets you... Player's Guide, page 98. We'll get back to that in a moment. But what else does everyone else want to know, if anything?
I don't think I have anything else. Show me the way to that bordello. Gentlemen?
I'm here to punch faces in.
I say let's go to the bordello.
Do you wish to stash things upstairs in your penthouse suite safe before you depart for the bordello? Because you have quite a few things on you that perhaps should not be damaged in case you get blown up by a gas line while you're going to the bordello. So throw that out there.
Probably
Definitely.
the gun and bullets that I found, I should probably just go stow those.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay strapped with my usual gear, but I am gonna put away Frankie's alchemy set. I don't think that should be
Can I
smashed apart.
take... Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. I'm so sorry. I didn't
Carry
know
on.
you to talk about. Can I take the binoculars? Can I keep those?
Yeah. The handles are made from very rich Corinthian leather, firmly polished brass, excellent lenses, and a very tasteful strap made of firm silk.
Nice.
You can see the marquee of a French manufacturer upon the side. It seems our British vampiric prince here is quite fond of the French people and their artifice. Anyone going to take the magnifying glass?
Certainly. Frankie will take the magnifying glass.
Same setup. Leather handle, brass accoutrement, silk band, and French.
Okay.
Magnifying glass of summon baguette. Alright, so we go upstairs to the suite and drop everything off.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The lot of you drop everything off, make yourselves ready. As you're about to head out the door, you hear a knock. Hold on a second. This is fucking obnoxious. Why the fuck does it keep? Alright, hold on a second. I have to pause the fuck. Alright, we're back to it. So the lot of you begin to mosey your way out, and you suddenly hear a knock on the door. What would we like to do?
Answer the door.
You open the door. There's the same attendant from earlier, a bellhop. He tells you, "I'm terribly sorry, but we're under strict orders that if anyone asks to see Monsieur Hulot in the top suite, they are to be taken here quickly, but I figured since a lot of you were new to the suite, I would give you the opportunity to be made aware. She is on her way up now, just as a precaution."
Well, much obliged.
Who is on her way up?
Oh, she declined to say, but we're under strict orders. If someone asks to see Monsieur Hulot, they come up to the top suite. Tips his hat, and is like, "I will bring her up right now." He goes to the elevator, does a little clanky hand crank, and you hear it clunk, chunk, chunk, chunk down. And then it proceeds to rise, and you see a woman exit from the elevator. Her little stat block is right down there. I will broadcast what she looks like to everyone. Hold on a second. Where the fuck is the fucking button that does that? View character artwork, and then there we go. You see a woman, a tall woman, clad in mourning garb, layers of thick black satin, lace, and silks. Her face is obscured by layers of veils, and a hat festooned with night-blooming plants like honeysuckle and nightshade lies atop her head. She carries firmly in one hand a parasol with a stylized eagle motif clad in silver upon the cusp. She looks at the lot of you, and the only noteworthy characteristic you can make out through the various thick layers of satin and silk of her mourning veil are green eyes the color of chartreuse. She stands deathly still, seemingly in waiting. What would we like to do?
Greet her.
How do you do so?
Hmm.
Give her that southern charm, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead.
Lay it on thick. Lay it on thick, buddy.
Yeah.
Victor takes off his hat and just says, "Good evening."
She gives you a faint curtsy and then extends out a hand delicately, her fingers outward. What would you like to do?
Kiss the hand.
Ah, perfect. She gives you a faint nod, surveys the lot of you, and just simply says, "Curious."
And I ask her what brings her here this evening.
She adjusts her parasol. It falls to the ground and she balances herself on it. She looks out at the lot of you and goes, "A social visit."
Sorry, what's the name of the prince again?
Theodore Talbot.
We're in the Talbot suite, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You could reach a reasonable conclusion that this woman knows him in some capacity.
Yeah.
Would you like to come in?
She again extends out her hand in anticipation.
Daphne kisses it. No.
She accepts your courtesy, but she seems to remain in waiting for further action. There's some semblance of decorum here that is missing upon the part of the coterie.
Well, and we...
Madam, you are invited inside.
Are we
She-
unmannered?
She, you quite are.
Tell me shit.
She gives you a faint curtsy, but then yet again extends out her hand. You know, you can't just roll etiquette. You could roll etiquette, you know.
Okay.
There's something here circuits are not crossing. Daphne, she wishes to be escorted by a man into the room.
Okay, Daphne does a nudge on one. Or actually, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do Victor because he's like kind of our political leader. So
That's fine. Yeah.
Daphne nudges him forward and clears her throat again.
Escort her to the...
Oh, we're missing you, honey.
Said I escort her into the room.
Her hand slips faintly into yours. Would you like to make an awareness check? You get a +3 bonus on this one.
All right. Yes. How do I add the bonus?
You just add 3 to whatever you roll.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Whenever I give you a bonus, it's flat, so you get a 6. I will
right.
I will tell you what you experience.
Okay. Okay.
She is escorted into the room. She releases herself from your grasp and gives you a faint curtsy. One immediate thing that is apparent about her, her clothing is ridiculously chic, the latest in Parisian fashion, haute couture.
Okay.
She stands up straight and looks out at the lot of you with a deathly stillness. She seems to be awaiting another pleasantry.
Can we roll to pick up on what that is?
You may.
Okay.
Is she waiting for one of us to pull the chair out for her?
Do you want to do that?
Yes.
You pull out a chair, and she sits with aplomb and relish. She places the parasol neatly across her lap and folds her hands in her nape. She, yet again, looks out at the lot of you and goes, "You may refer to me as Auntie. I come on behalf of a certain family. Where is..." She looks to the left, she looks to the right. "Where is Theodore?"
Do we know who the hell that is?
That's
It's
the
this
That's-
guy
it's a
that's
princess.
dead.
Prince.
It's the prince's first name, which should be it's just an immediate red flag to the coterie that she calls him by his first name. That's bad.
You said.
Well, I mean, it goes one of two ways. Either she's deeply personal with this guy and has known him forever, and we should respect the hell out of this lady,
Or we
or
need to
something
kill
else.
her.
or she's so powerful that it doesn't matter what kind of decorum she has because she can do whatever she wants. So there's a flip of the coin here. She's either his greatest enemy or his greatest ally, and you do not yet know.
It's fair.
Hey,
What was our cover when we first got here?
In media
I
res.
mean, we. Well, I can't. Okay.
hey, Ian, is there any way for me to like do an insight roll to see if her blood potency is higher than mine?
Go ahead. The only way you would be able to do this is with skin-on-skin contact. Because
Oh, absolutely not.
discerning someone as a vampire is actually... I'm actually going to enforce that rule. It's fairly hard. She
I'm not doing it.
she sits there with a delicate, deathly stillness and seems to be yet again awaiting some other semblance of candor. Daphne, you can reach a conclusion. None of you jackanapes have introduced yourselves yet.
Madam, I'm sorry for our.
When you say madam, she raises a single hand in the air, curls them down to a single finger, and goes, "Simply Auntie will be sufficient."
Auntie. I apologize for my slowness in introducing myself. My name is Daphne Lucilia. And these are my, and I guess I would say, associates of Theodore's. His name is Theo, right? Theo? Sorry, she referred to him
Theodore.
as Theodore. I'm going to call him Theodore because that's fun. And we are associates of Theodore's.
No outward response from her.
I would prompt everyone else to introduce themselves non-verbally.
Juan Carlo will give her a bow at the waist, holding a hand over his like chest, middle of his chest. It's like, I am Juan Carlo de la Rosa. Wait, no, that's the other guy. Juan Carlo Espinosa de la Rosa.
She gives you a faint nod and presses a single hand to her chest and goes, "Much obliged, Juan Carlos."
Frankie curtsies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead, Victor.
No, you got it.
Frankie curtsies and introduces herself as Dr. Francesca Morgagni. You may call me Frankie.
Give me an insight check.
Everyone?
Yeah. I mean, you're all staring at this lady, right? So everyone can... You can either do insight or insight. Insight or investigation.
You said she was the height of Parisian.
Oh, investigation is an option? Hang on. Let me do that.
But she is wearing a mantilla.
Man, mental is just not where it's at for me. Which is exactly what I would
Me
expect.
neither.
All right, honey. Only you.
No, did Liberty already go?
Yeah.
Okay. And Where are my madams? Where are my manners, madam? Auntie, it has been such a long day for this entire city, it seems. My name is Victor Castro. It is a pleasure to be of your acquaintance, and I am at your service.
You see the silks come towards her face as she takes a deep breath. I am quite pleased that we could finally arrive at some semblance of decorum. Please have a seat. As she says this, chairs are suddenly behind the lot of you that are identical to the one that was taken out for her.
And I sit.
Daphne sits.
Now, how
One
have you
Capos sits.
made acquaintance of my dear Teddy?
Go ahead, Victor. Tell her.
Well, we were summoned by him to be at his disposal, and we have been of acquaintance with him for a short period, but a deeply friendly one.
Are we supposed to see that roll?
If you want. I do recall him discussing seeking some outside help for a little confrontation. How is Teddy doing?
As well as anybody can do given the state of affairs in the city.
Where did you meet him? He tends to bounce around the city quite frequently.
He summoned all of us. I think we all got letters, did we not?
Her head
I
goes
certainly-
faintly to the side, the first movement she's made in quite some time, and goes, "But where?"
Out of character, I think we were summoned to his place.
The Opera
Yeah,
House
I
is
think
where you were supposed
You
to
met
meet
him
him.
below the opera house, in a way,
Yeah.
manner of speaking.
And
Yeah.
Sorry, that part was out of character. Yeah, it was below the opera house.
we met at a night at the opera.
She takes another deep breath. The silks fall closer to her face, giving a faint contour of how she looks, and then they fall back outwards, obscuring her countenance. What did he tell you?
Out of character,
Well,
I think he told us that had need of us, really.
Well, he never told you anything directly because he was dead. like,
Oh, damn.
Well, he said he was suspicious of some in the area. He was worried about his position. And he needed our help. Shit, Mike.
You don't say. Help with what?
To make sure he had nothing to worry about. He told us not to trust anyone. Bold-faced lying right now.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. You gotta beat her 7.
No. I can't do it. Okay, hold on.
Can I give the persuasion check as if we're all kind of going in on a bit together?
Yeah, you all kind of understand that it is dreadfully important that this lady leaves and thinks that he's alive. So you're more than welcome to.
Or else we're gonna have to kill her.
A
I
good,
don't
good.
think we're gonna be able to
Hey,
kill her.
lady, We're doing what we said we're doing.
Ooh, you're off by 1.
Rouse, rouse.
If you want, you can rouse and do it again. You kind of have to beat that 7, my guy.
Oh, I do?
Or you can let it roll. What do you want?
I'm not letting that roll.
Cult check to see if she's a vampire.
You need to use aspects in order to discern her nature, unfortunately.
Actually,
Aspect?
could I
Damn.
cast? I have something that I can cast to see if there are vampires in the area, so I could do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Oy! She seems to stand up a little bit straighter. You can see her hands clasp about her nape, and her grip becomes firmer.
Okay.
And how exactly is the sheriff doing?
Now, we've met the sheriff.
We have not.
We haven't.
You have not.
Motherfucker.
She looks at the lot of you and goes, well, what is the sheriff's name?
Ooh,
Do
didn't
we
get
know
to-
the sheriff? Yeah.
My
we
notes
looked at
said
all these
the
documents and
storyteller was
shit.
supposed to provide that to us at the beginning of this session.
Damn.
I was going to give it to you in media res as you dug around, but unfortunately, the prince never wrote his name down in Algonquin.
I thought the porter, or not the porter, but the guy, the front desk associate, gave us his name.
Hulo was the name that the front desk bellhop gave to us, that anyone here to see Monsieur Hulo must come immediately up to this top floor.
Now,
We don't know if that's the prince's alias or the sheriff or what.
her grip becomes firmer. What is the sheriff's name?
We have not been thusly informed, Auntie. It's been a very busy day.
She leans back. The sheriff is quite secretive. Perhaps even more so than the prince. So tell me, what unfortunate circumstance has brought you all here before me? 'Cause I can smell that he is dead. So please, fess up. I'll be most accommodating.
The unfortunate circumstance would be that you've... Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that, actually.
That is for Cynthia.
Damn it.
For if she's a vampire or not.
I just gave you the answer. Enjoy. Keep it to yourself.
Well, Daphne's gonna tense up. I don't know how much Daphne cares about. Hold on a second. Sorry, please continue the scene. I'll be just thinking for a second.
Would anyone with charisma like to say something not stupid before Frankie says something stupid?
She confronted us and said that she can sense smells that he's dead, sense that he's dead.
Oh, is it because we're carrying his corpse?
Yes!
The unfortunate circumstance, Auntie, is that you have come to us with no warning. May we ask why you're here?
I am here on behalf of a certain family that finds it rather apropos that I discover why the prince has been a bit incommunicato, considering that I can smell the stench of his death upon the 4 of you. I could only assume that you have some semblance of knowledge as to why that is. Now please, regale me. I am a very tolerant woman.
Regale you? What is your association with the prince?
I have known him biblically. Do you wish to know anything further? Or shall we get down to brass tacks? Now please tell me what happened to my lover. I would love
She can
to know.
smell it. I don't see any reason why we should hold our tongue before we implicate ourselves as the doers of his death. We went to go meet him. he was dead. Now we have to figure out what to do, and also not get completely obliterated by his enemies.
She
Now that
sta-
they'll have confidence.
she stands up straight, and you can feel her gaze through the veil lock eyes with you, Juan Carlos. I appreciate your candor, and I believe you. There's a certain semblance of incompetence about the lot of you. You could never kill my dear Teddy. What a shame. The things that man could do. Well, what is it you need? I'm I'm an amenable woman. I would love to broach assistance. I'm not inclined towards chaos.
We resolve to pick up his empire where he left off with his machinations.
Mm, that is quite a sordid task. What have you parsed together thus far?
Well, we go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We theorized that this person was rather secretive and preferred to operate and manage an entire empire from the shadows using lackeys and any other sorts of things in order to meet their goals and conduct their affairs for them. And we have simply begun by trying to attempt to meet the power brokers in this area in order to understand how this empire operates so that we can conduct in their stead.
You must know all sorts of people here.
She takes a deep breath. I wouldn't go so far as to say people necessarily, but there's a certain cadre of my kind that I could persuade. And that just depends on certain favors. What's in it for me to broach assistance in this critical time?
I think we need to know a little more about you before we broker any deals. I think, other than being a lover to our dear deceased prince, there's a little bit more to you than meets the eye.
You see her lean forward ever so slightly. Her grip upon her nape firms. And she goes, I believe that will be information that will stay between like minds, if you don't mind.
I never tell a woman's secrets. Carry on.
She actually gives you a faint nod. I'm not quite like you, kindred, but let's just say that we are of the same cadre when it comes to certain affairs of chaos. Now is not the time to be snapping upon one another's throats and jumping down one another's maws. I can see about digging up some information. What would you like in particularity?
We want to know who might come for us. We're trying to keep our position secure, as you hopefully can understand, and we don't know exactly who might have been close enough to the prince that we should worry.
Her hand goes in the air and gives you a dismissive gesture. I would not be worried about certain elements of the prince's inner court. I can assure you they are long gone. All that remains as an unknown variable is the sheriff. If you can find them, that is. They're rather amenable, such as I. I don't think they would be terribly opposed to an alliance in his absence. Just phrase it effectively. They're a numbers kind of person, just like I am. I think the only ready concern is the Camarilla might be wondering why certain indulgences aren't flowing their way back to the old world. get the money spigot back on, and I think we might be able to make hay of this situation.
So, were we able to discern anything from the documents in the office as to what those spigots would be?
Mainly import-export trade and stuff. San Francisco's a big port, the bay, the dock. This is before the Jones Act, so there's a lot of international trade going on. Trade is the key, especially imports from Asia itself. Almost exclusively dock and enter here. There's a lot of money to be made.
Okay.
A lot of money to be made, you say. So I could just buy up some shipping companies nearby.
If you so desire. Also, in
Prince
media
likely owns
res.
some of them.
Take out a few insurance policies on big ships.
It would seem that also we should become amenable with the city's dockmaster if it exists. Whoever is the master of the port, as it were.
She gives you a faint nod and goes, I would not trouble yourself. The family that I am a representative of has a bit of a stranglehold upon trade in town. I'll touch base and see if any of them are amenable to a meeting, and we can see if we can cook something up. I'll put in a good word.
If they are amendable to a meeting, what sort of gifts do they like? I'll need to move some things around to have some fluidity to acquire something.
She presses a hand to her chest, and she goes, they're a bit of the progressive type. They're quite fond of big natural parks and conservation, and they hate it when things are despoiled. As a matter of fact, they've been trying to buy land over in Marin for decades. Maybe a few ample purchases here and there bequeathed to them might give you some cachet.
Hmm.
Money is a
Land
lubricant for
use.
problems.
Yes, people are usually willing to open up land deeds that they weren't willing to part with when the numbers get ridiculous enough. I can see what I do.
You can see, somehow, through her various veils, a very firm smile. She's pleased. I see that you're a man who appreciates business. I like that. I don't care for those who can't make a buck.
Well, as you can most certainly tell, I'm a bit of a dumb type. So I have to have 2 to 3 actually marketable skills to my name.
I wouldn't say I apprehended that, but it would be a lie if I said I didn't. Is there anything else you need of me? I have to make some house calls. There's been quite a few deaths in the clan.
Let me
Hence the
ask,
garb.
is there anything we can do for you?
She stands up straight, and she goes, some members of the clan have gone missing, lost in the fray. I imagine that they would be quite appreciative if they were found. Do a little digging around the morgue, and maybe you might have a bargaining chip. I don't have the time to go down there, and I don't care to deign myself with going about the city in the condition that it is. The street cars have been thrown to the hills. Everything's in chaos, the burning, the fire. It would make a woman right mad. I'm not of that sort.
Where can we find you if we need to?
As you say this, a card appears in her hand, and she hands it to you. It says Import Export Specialties, Pier 39, San Francisco, California. This is my office. You may broach any communications there. We actually have a telephone. You may dial me at the appropriate number.
I'm sorry, what is this woman's name one more time, please?
Auntie. She
Oh,
never
thank
told
you.
you her name.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Auntie.
Much
We'll be in
obliged.
touch.
Of course. She stands, gives a firm curtsy, twirls her parasol, opens it up, and departs.
I'll help escort her to the door.
She does, in fact, wait for you to give the escort.
Finally, some manners.
She whispers to you, finally a man with some semblance of decency. I can see that you're from a different age and time, not like these ragamuffins now.
Indeed, modernity. Sometimes I get so engrossed in trying to blend in, I forget my roots. It writhes my skin.
She places a hand upon yours. She looks you dead in the eyes and plants a kiss upon your cheek and goes, as do I. A good evening to you, sir. And she departs down the elevator. Now, give me an awareness check when she touches you, Jack.
Okay, awareness.
Just don't do a 0 and you're fine. Thank God. Alright, I'll send you the deets.
Right. I'm switching to earbuds real quick because I gotta bring in the dogs.
Yeah, sure.
Interesting.
Jack with panic. Alright, so she has
I have one more
departed.
thing to say to her.
Yeah, she's about to exit. Do you catch her attention?
Auntie. Yes. Auntie. Do you know what we might find or who we might find at the Le Chat Noir?
She scoffs. That's the sheriff's favorite stomping grounds. I think that's probably your best bet to find them.
Thank you. It's
She
8:30. Could we take a little break after the lady leaves?
she departs down the elevator with grace and tact, which the coterie is unaccustomed to, and we will now take our break.
Okay, great.
All right, the insanely creepy, terrifying woman has left. What are we gonna do now?
Once this is the elevator. This is the type of elevator where it shows you what floor the person's on, right?
Yeah, there's like a little Beaux Arts, little Art Nouveau, little fucking sign. Yeah,
And what floor are we on again?
6th, and she is on the 2nd.
All right, perfect. Once she's like super far away, I'm gonna turn to others and say she was warm.
Sorry, I missed that. She was warm.
She was warm.
Oh, yeah.
First red flag.
uh, Daphne will smile secretly to herself, and just say, she seems like she's she can provide us with a lot of information that we need.
Certainly she knows the situation. We
Yeah.
should make the best of it.
Now,
She had a.
Go ahead.
She knows what dead vampire smells like, so she has a good nose on her
Yes,
and
I'm
knowledge.
corpse here.
What was that?
I'm going to leave.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't. There's no place for a charred corpse at a bordello.
Yes, maybe put it under a rug or a desk or some pillows.
She puts it into her locked trunk.
Perfect.
Shall we
No.
go to the bordello then?
I think Victor wanted to go to the bordello.
I'm open to suggestions. I'm open to going to the bordello and a number of things.
Mm. Well, shall we call our car?
Your
Yes,
fucking sack of shit car.
that's a great idea, Daphne.
2 miles an hour.
Frankie
God.
smiles at Daphne.
Her uterus might fall out at those speeds. That was actually a concern when cars were invented. Alright, so do we want to go to the bordello first?
Yeah, what?
Yes.
Yeah, bordello, I want to see some sluts. And I say that as a feminist.
I'm a feminist. A back, bitch, back. Alright, so a lot of you enter your Studebaker model S100. You make your way across town through the mire and vitriol, and eventually arrive at Le Chat Noir, which has become structurally unsound. Great flames burst within it. Firefighters are dousing the flames. The working girls are on the exterior. Several of them are consoling one another, but one lies solitary, sobbing deeply. What would we like to do?
Why didn't I consider that it would be in ruins? Ugh. Okay.
About what time is it in game?
It's like 1 in the morning.
Okay. Okay. I just need that for my notes. Sorry.
Yeah, do we see the sheriff or anyone that looks slightly sheriff-esque?
There are no authority figures present.
I think we should send I think Daphne will say to Victor, why don't you do what you do best, console and ask these ladies if they've seen the sheriff?
Take a crack at it.
All right. Which of the ladies of the night do you wish to speak with first?
Which one seems to be the most resolute
Uh,
and not in shambles?
there's basically a bifurcation here. A lot of them seem to be fairly well constituted, except one who seems to be inconsolable.
Did we ever get the sheriff's name?
You never did.
Was that an oversight on the players or the storyteller?
It's an oversight on the fact that no one actually knows their direct name. So,
Cool. I got a quick question. Is there any security?
what was that?
Is there any security?
There's a couple of bouncers lying around, gruff Irish types. There's 2 of them, and they seem to be keeping watch over the gaggle of more well-constituted ladies of the night. And the solitary woman seems to be far away from the lot of them. She's sobbing and inconsolable.
All right, so they're not doing like entrance checks or anything because I'm pretty sure both Juan Carlos and Victor are strapped.
Yeah, no one is trying to get their dick wet right now because the bordello has imploded. So even the perverts have restrained themselves in this moment.
This is how we know it's truly a game.
You're right. Never underestimate the depravity of the human soul. So who do we wish to talk to?
Why don't we all go together and try to console the crying woman?
Certainly.
So, I guess we'll approach this weeping prostitute, and
Working girl.
working girl. Thank you. And I think a gentleman should offer her, a handkerchief. I mean,
Yeah,
And
snot is flowing down her nose. She's dressed in uh, uh, a kaleidoscope of colors, lilac and lavender and violet and purple, a lot of deep red tones and purples here. She's sobbing to herself in the corner. She's wiping her snot on her sleeve. What do we want to do here?
I'll offer her a handkerchief.
She goes, "Oh, thank you, sir. I'm much obliged. It's been the worst evening in years."
Good man.
I have no idea how Juan Carlos is going to be able to explain this. But I want to touch up her makeup. Just randomly pull out some supplies, wipe off the smudged makeup, and then reapply some new makeup.
All right, what are you going to tell her while you do this?
Just say,
Stop
"Hold
resisting.
on, madam." No, no, no. Hold on, madam. Let's get you a little fixed up. That way you can be pretty on the inside and the outside.
She bats you away. "Oh, there's no time for such things. This is an ugly time, an ugly hour, an ugly week, an ugly year."
Daphne links arm in arm with her and sort of pulls her away from these men. And
Thank you, Queen. A woman in distress. Let me fix her makeup.
oh, my dear, I'm so sorry for everything you've been through tonight. What a horrible evening for all of us. Are you all right?
She recomposes herself momentarily and goes, "Oh no. I was with one of my finest clients and he hasn't come out. It's been hours. My dear Morgan, he's probably still stuck in there."
Morgan.
Frankie has trailed behind the two ladies and is just a few steps away from them, and she perks up and repeats, "Morgan. That's a shame. I'm so sorry. Has anyone come out yet? Have the firemen been able to pull out anyone?"
The only thing they managed to pull out is corpses. I fear he's dead in there. They've given up all hope of trying to save anyone within the confines of that little building. All them years laid to waste. It's a shame. I wish they would go in there and look for him. That man was the brightest thing in the entire county and city. I don't think there's anyone as righteous as him since the Emperor Norton.
Daphne is shaking her head sympathetically as she listens to this woman talk, and she sort of lowers her gaze and glances back to the men and says, I didn't want to say this in front of them, but they're looking for their brother, and his name is Morgan. Was he a sheriff by any chance?"
The firefighters angle you over and go, the sheriff's fine and taken care of. He's over at City Hall with the mayor right now.
Damn it. Oh, okay, excellent.
I don't think there's the firefighters look at you and go, "I don't think there's a single living soul left in that building. Nothing can survive anything like that. Why, you'd have to be cursed by the devil to have the cottons to withstand the flames like that."
"Or blessed by God, perhaps," Frankie says.
Yes, blessed by God.
The firefighters give a kind of faint nod, going, "Oh, that lady's on to something."
Well, thank you, dear. Good luck. So I'm sorry. So wait. So the firefighters just told us that the sheriff is fine and he's.
I will give me an awareness check. It's everyone. Just make me an awareness check. It's everyone. Just gonna throw that out here, carte blanche.
I'm just gonna say that anytime I get above a 1, I'm just gonna go yes.
Welcome
love
to the
that.
welcome to the club, sister. Juan Carlos and Daphne. Juan Carlos and Daphne, you're going to recollect the one of the names that you read on the list of gifts was a Morgan from Le Chat Noir. That is important.
And the lady said that that Morgan was in the building, right?
Yeah, that she hadn't seen him leave.
And that he was a prolific lover.
Well, we sort of into it. Oh, God, that lady is scary because she already knew Morgan was dead.
No, she knew the
Morgan's not
prince
the
was dead.
sheriff.
She knew the prince was dead.
Right.
Mhm.
You don't know
No,
who
no.
Morgan could necessarily be.
Well, she told us to go digging in the morgue. Oh, she meant the amphitheater. She called the amphitheater morgue. Makes sense now.
So what do we wish to do, gang?
Um, one second.
Realistically,
Libby,
one or
will you
two of
say
us could
that?
go digging.
Libby, will you just say what you said to me
Sure.
in out of media res, please? Because I'm sorry.
Sure. This is a reminder that sheriff, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, sheriff is not referring to like the sheriff of the city or a human political role. It is a kindred role and one of the assistants to the prince.
It is the second in command to the prince. That is who you are looking for. You are not looking for a kind. You are looking for a kindred.
Yes. So definitely one of the names of Morgan. Frankie is going to go into her mind palace for a second while I check her character sheet.
Love it.
Base.
Okay. I think. Okay, I think I cast Firewalker earlier in the night. Let me go check my notes. So I don't think I have to do it again. So apologies while I check this. But Frankie can make, well, not in view of Kine, Frankie can make us fire resistant for the night. I think she's already done it for the night, so it should still be.
You may check, honey.
I'm looking. I'm looking. I do not have it in my notes that she's cast it already.
Make the rouse check.
So yeah, so she's going to offer. It's stamina resolve to cut off the fingertip that's needed.
You may
Do
do
I have
so.
to rouse for that? Okay.
Okay, so what's his ability called?
Firewalker. It's a level 3 ritual. It's on my sheet, I can send it to you.
I see it. 5 points of damage. It's actually pretty good. Huh, weird. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Frankie is going to pull Daphne back towards the gentleman. Say, it seems that our man Morgan was in there and might be still, unless he's escaped. I can make us a little more fireproof if you can cover for me while I create the spell, let's say, if you can hide me from Kine, this won't be pretty.
You're gonna need to make 4 of those checks at DC 3.
Uh-huh.
Can I don't know if it works this way, but can I cloak her, because I do have a obfuscate skill here for unseen passage. Can I don't know how it works with VTM. Can I cloak her?
I mean, if we're just, as long as we're just not like standing in the middle of everybody, like, because we were previously right next to people, because I don't want them all to see me cutting off my fingertips.
Can we
Yeah,
make a
he's trying to
distraction? Does that work?
Or you could just
I mean,
leave. You
necessary.
could just leave.
Yeah, can we just like walk 10 feet away?
Yeah, you just like go in
Yeah.
a weird dark
That's
alley,
fine too.
and it's
Yeah.
like, part
I
of me,
appreciate it.
firefighter.
Thank you, Phoenix.
Yeah, part of me, firefighter.
Okay,
We're gonna go
so-
read the Bible in this dark alley and do Christian stuff. Like,
I started like ripping at one of these like ladies of the nights and been like, "You slept with my husband." I don't know.
Listen,
I
not
feel
only
like you
are
just
doing
want to
for
do
fun.
that.
What?
What was the motif of this? I think she just did this to have
What'd you
fun.
say?
I was.
What'd you
trying
say
to
it was?
distract. I said I could have created a distraction by like yelling at one of the courtesans.
This house of ill repute.
Or maybe Jack could have pulled out his crucifix and started, doing what religious.
Mumbling some Spanish shit and has tricked all the Catholics.
No offense.
Have y'all played what you call it? Assassin's Creed?
Alright, let's see. Oh wow. It's
Not
not
doing
good.
so hot.
That's not good. That's not good, gang. That's not good. You got 1 success, and that's it.
So, what happens if I fail? Do I still cut my fingertip off?
Yeah.
Okay, it just isn't successful. Like, it's not correct for the
Now, you can rouse each of those to do it again, if you want, but your hunger's already at 2.
Can't I just cut off more fingertips?
No.
Oh God, you're a scientist.
They grow back. They grow back. We're kindred. They grow back.
Okay, fine. So you've done it 4. You got 4 more chances. So I'll let you do 3 more rolls because you have that many fingertips. Just fucking go hog wild.
Okay.
God, the things I have to deal with.
My question is,
I'm cutting off my fingertips.
does she have to be the one to
Yes, the
to cut
caster
them
has
off?
to do it.
It's always the caster.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. So I've successfully done 2.
You may roll as many fingertips as you have. Once you hit 10, you're done. Your goose is cooked. All right.
Hang on. I have to count. I have to count.
Let her roll 10 times and 10 fingertips will be
3,
missing.
4, 5,
My
6,
God.
7. Okay, we've done 7. I got 3 more. They grow back. They grow back during day sleep.
All right. So you've got 2 successes. So you just have to get 2 more successes. Okay, that's 3. All right, that's good. That's good. Now you just need 1 more success, and you got what? 2 more tries. That's a fail.
I got 1 more.
Better get all of you fucking dumb yahoos. There we go.
We made it.
Thank God you
Missing
did.
all of her fingertips, but we're all firewalkered now.
I want you to in media res, describe this process where you just chop off all of your fingertips to help your homies.
Oh, Frankie. Once they have walked, once the coterie has walked away from the Kine, Frankie pulls out a knife, seemingly from nowhere, lays her non-dominant hand, which I'll say is her left, against the side of a building. They're in an alley, and without much fanfare, starts chopping off her fingertips at the first knuckle. She does fail more times than she succeeds, and on the first hand, she only gets 2 that are not too damaged to use for the ritual, and she hands those to Juan Carlo to hold. She then switches off to her non-dominant hand holding the knife. It's difficult because she's missing all her fingertips, and she messes up the first 2 because she's using the knife in her non-dominant hand, missing fingertips. And then she says, JC, be a dear. Would you please finish this for me? JC, will you please finish cutting off my fingertips?
Yes.
So who's he going to hand the fingertips that he's holding to? Who is he going to hand them to? Daphne or Victor?
I'll take
I'm
it.
gonna hand her fingertips back to her into the hand, missing fingertips.
Fair enough. So she's just going to hold that, sort of like open palm. She keeps her other hand braced against the building. She curses in Mandarin briefly. And then Juan Carlos succeeds in hacking off the remaining 3 fingertips, although only the last 2 are usable. But that's good enough because that's all they need. They only need 4. So she's holding the fingertips, and then she says, then she with her other hand starts digging around in her bag for the handy bowl that she keeps in her bag, her little doctor's bag. And she pulls it out and dumps the fingertips in there. And she says, okay, we're almost done. So now I have to make a ritual roll, which I'm going to do. That's just the rouse roll, right? That's just the skull.
Yeah.
So she fails. She swears again. She fails again. All right, my hunger's at 4, which means I need to stop.
No, you don't have to do a re-rouse check. Just keep your hunger at 2. You're fine. You chopped off your fucking fingertips. It's fucking weird.
Okay, so a bluish flame consumes the blood and fingertips, her blood. And then she offers the bowl first to Daphne and says, drink up, dear.
Just real blood alchemy hours.
I'm to drink?
God
Sorry,
forbid she
Okay.
acts out of decorum.
I'm sorry, you guys. I couldn't hear for a second. What did you say?
So Frankie has cut off her fingertips, mixed them into a bowl with her blood, and cast a ritual on it. It's all consumed. Oh, actually, never mind. I'm sorry. You don't have to drink it. It's just consumed by the bluish flames. So scratch that. My apologies. So she brightly smiles at the coterie in that strange, unsettling way that her mouth is not used to those movements, and says, "Wonderful!" And she claps her bloody stumped fingers together and says, "Wonderful! We must now search in the flames for our Morgan."
I would like to grab Frankie's hands and then wrap each finger in bandages.
Smiles at JC fondly and says, "Thank you."
I would like to grab Francesca's hands and hold them and wrap my fingers into each one of her fingers so that I can feel her nubs in the palm of my hand while we search together in the flames.
Frankie looks at her tenderly and smiles again, a little less unsettlingly, a little more genuinely, and says, "That's very comforting. Thank you, Daphne."
Alright, give me your checks to discern where Morgan is.
And what check would that be? Awareness?
I honor your truth.
Well, you're getting investigation.
Well, my truth is awareness and dexterity because I dance.
Makes sense totally because you're like navigating the flames and the fallen stuff. I'll go to bat for you on this one for sure.
Yeah, exactly. We're dancing on coals and flames.
Victor, my good man,
What am I rolling?
to discern where the sheriff is. Awareness, investigation, I mean. We can do jazz here. God damn. So absolutely everyone, except Daphne, beelines
Damn
with
it.
precision towards a room that seems to almost call to you. Let's see what we have here. You navigate through the
Actually,
mire.
Frankie and Daphne are holding hands, so technically Daphne does go with her.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So everyone in unison through Soyuz. You eventually you navigate through the twisted mire of fallen beams and flames and cracked floor, and you eventually enter into a room. You will see a woman at the dead center of the room. Let me actually put y'all in the fucking room. Just zoom in here. See a woman in the dead center of the room. There is a large wooden beam impaled straight through her heart. She seems to be untouched by the flames. You can see that she's wearing a kind of blazer and she's wearing pants and what have you. What would we like to do?
Is
Approach.
she dead?
Give me an occult check.
Let's see.
Dr. Francesca, this is a vampire in the telltale signs of torpor.
Hmm. Can I? I'm gonna medicine my way into figuring out if she can be taken out of torpor.
You need to remove the wooden spike and then feed her blood, and she'll be fine.
Feed her blood. Okay.
I'll
Are
go
there
ahead.
any Are there any corpses in the room that seem somewhat intact?
None.
None?
Do you have any baggies with you? Because you're a bagger.
I'm a bagger. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm not a bagger anymore. I'm an organivore, actually. No, I am still a bagger. Hang on.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
still a bagger.
Yeah. Do I have any bags with me? Can I?
A really weird thing to carry on you, but yeah.
I mean,
You just carried a
it's
thermos.
snacks. It's a snack. Excuse me, Suki. Excuse me. We do not play with that. I'm so sorry, y'all.
So yeah, you have a snacky in your in one of your many bags, or one of the many
In
bags
my
that I
doctor's
carry for
also,
you.
it's like a doctor's bag with some questionable stuff, but like it wouldn't be crazy to have transfusion stuff. Yeah, it would go bad really quickly, but I'm an organivore. I can eat that stuff.
Also, you have iron
Ultimately, we can
gullet.
just go
So
grab someone off the street.
Do
true.
you remove? What are we doing here, gang?
I removed the steak from her.
Okay, that means go time. It's go time.
What are we gonna do?
Doctor is going to check and see if she has a blood bag, if the storyteller will permit that, and if not, she's probably gonna feed her own blood.
You have no blood bags.
Well, we don't have
Okay.
to feed her blood immediately. Like, removing the steak was just step one. We have time. It's not like she's gonna bleed out. So yeah, I'm gonna.
The flames
She
inch
said
closer.
So the flames inch closer. Let's see.
What are we gonna do here, gang?
I'm going to suggest perhaps someone who's strong and strapping can carry this unfortunate kindred out of the fire.
I'm gonna
As
take
I have
off my heavy jacket and like cover her with it, and then I'll carry her out of here.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so where are you gonna carry her out to?
The way we entered, were there a lot of people there, or were we able to enter from an area that people weren't really searching around?
No, you entered obliquely, so you can exit obliquely.
I would like to exit obliquely.
You exit out into the streets of San Francisco. What would we like to do?
Juan Carlos going to look around to the others and say, "Would one of you like to get this madam some blood, or will you watch over her while I go do so?"
How do we go about getting her some blood exactly?
You could just give her your own blood.
Oh my god.
All right, fine. I'll give her some of my blood.
How do you do it?
I uncuff one of my long sleeves. I roll up the sleeve. I'll take my knife. I'll cut myself like not on the wrist area, but like further up. And then I'll just feed it to her. You know, tilt her head back, open her mouth, and just let it drip down.
If only my manservant were here. He loves giving blood.
He's very
And,
popular.
Nods sympathetically.
Since I have the what you call it? I have the Tremere Bane, inherited Bane. She's not at risk of bonding.
She laps it up greedily. Her countenance is restored. And she looks out at the lot of you. Looks to the left. Looks to the right. Looks down at the gaping wound in her chest that is slowly healing. And goes, "And this is why I absolutely do not care for carpentry. I'm always about masonry. Well, I suppose
So
first
she's
things first, I'm much obliged. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And why exactly did you save me from near death?"
sorry. So
Uh,
she's kindred. We've ascertained that already.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
obvious. She'd be dead otherwise.
Okay. The stake in the heart and the chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Juan Carlos gonna say information. Were there any others with you?
She raises an eyebrow. None to my recollection. Now, would you care to perhaps explain yourselves?
Juan Carlos gonna gesture grandly to the destroyed building engulfed in flame and say, "There was a disaster, and we are recovering, taking stock of who is alive and who has perished."
Give me a persuasion check.
Fuck. uh. I'll rouse.
Jesus Christ. Do it again. Watch, give me a
Come on,
1. Just give me a 1.
Just. Come on, give me a 2, give me a 2. Fuck.
She raises an eyebrow. You can see her posture stiffen. And she goes, "I'd really like to know exactly why you saved me from certain death."
Well, isn't it obvious? We want to know who spiked you, dear.
She scoffs. No one spiked me. It was happenstance. It's those damn wooden beams in that bordello. I hate wood.
You must be Morgan. We were told you'd be like this.
She scoffs. I'm no Morgan. People call me Gwendolyn.
Really?
And are you a patron or an employee of this establishment?
She raises another eyebrow. And why would I ever answer that question? Now, please, what exactly is going on?
Well, we either pay you to answer that question or you don't accept payment.
She raises another eyebrow. I am somewhat obliged to the fact that you saved me, so I'll be charitable. I'm a patron. Now tell me, what brings you to the great and wondrous San Francisco?
Daphne nods at the sapphic vibes that she's receiving off of this woman.
You are correct.
Well, we're here to never mind. I don't hold on. Is my internet going in and out? Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay. Did you know the prince in this area?
She raises an eyebrow. You could reach that conclusion.
How well did you know him, dear?
We had a functional relationship. Suppose one could reach that conclusion.
Physically functional? Question mark.
Not in that manner. He's not my type.
Monetarily?
I was compensated for my assistance. You could reach that conclusion.
Well, it just so happens we're looking for souls who can perform certain services to our benefit. What type of services do you provide?
It would be easier to describe that which I do not do. She squints and glares at a lot of you. What exactly has become of the prince?
If your relationship is merely functional, it doesn't really seem like your business.
There are certain policies and procedures that have to be adhered to in the absence of the prince. Now tell me, how exactly is old Theodore doing?
Hey, I've got a quick question. Can I please cast
Just run.
Mask of a Thousand Faces right now? Because that allows me to appear as just like a generic person.
So you're just gonna do this right in front of her?
Well, is it too late?
It's too late, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I incited her to see how honest she's being with her relationship.
What did you roll? I can't see it from where I'm seated right now.
I got a 3 or 4. One of them has 2 stars on it. I can't remember if that's a crit or not.
It's a crit. You can ascertain that she is actually being fairly forthright right now. A lot of you just aren't speaking the same language. You need to get up to snuff.
Mm, You know, what? I'm gonna ask her directly. How were you part of his inner circle?
Of course, I am the sheriff.
Uh, I'm gonna reach out for a handshake. A pleasure to meet you.
She grasps your hand firmly and gives you the firmest handshake you've ever received. Much obliged. I'm Gwendolyn
Thank.
Badgett. It's a pleasure. I'm
All right.
deeply thankful for the assistance back there. I'd be less inclined to die. No, I can only conclude that our dear prince has suffered the true death. Otherwise, I would not be rescued by, and no disrespect, miscreants.
It is impolite to discuss matters such as this in broad night. Shall we retire back to the Overlook to discuss it in a more appropriate setting?
She gives you a faint nod. I will meet you there post haste. She dusts herself off, adjusts the color of her blazer, dusts off her pants, and departs. Do we wish to go to the Overlook to await her return?
Yes.
All right. Ugh.
Woo.
Ha ha ha. All right. Let's see.
In your next game, I expect a fully developed bordello that I can wander the rooms of and see naked people having sex, okay? And finery and gold and curtains.
You have no idea how much it pained me to have to destroy a bordello.
You're right, because it pains me to not be able to be in one.
All right, the lot of you arrive at the Overlook.
Overlook. Gosh, I just keep thinking of The Shining. I'm sorry.
It's kind of
I just had a friend go to the actual Overlook Hotel, which is like randomly in like Wyoming or something, not anywhere like Colorado or anything.
yeah, it's dog shit. That's why it's terrifying and full of monsters and stuff. So I've been in Wyoming. It's terrible. So you arrive back at the Overlook through your blood elevator. Eventually, Gwendolyn Badgett appears. She gives a firm bow and says, "A pleasure. Now, shall we get down to brass tacks? How may I be of
Please.
assistance?"
I want to ask you, Gwendolyn, do you know a woman who refers to herself as Auntie?
Ah, yes, of course. Good old auntie. She's quite reliable.
She described herself as a lover of the prince.
Mm, I have my objections, but I cannot control the man and what happens in his nether regions.
True. We met with Auntie earlier today.
Ah,
Earlier in
and what
this
did she say? She's always been quite the mover and shaker. She likes to find herself in the forefront of particular things.
Well, for one, she knew the prince was dead.
She does have quite the nose.
Indeed. We're going to be working with her to, or at least convincing her to assist us in stabilizing things to make sure the city does not descend into chaos.
Gwendolyn gives out a dismissive hand gesture. She would never compromise the flow of commerce. She might have certain peculiarities that I vehemently disagree with, but at the end of the day, the woman is about making money. She's a consummate capitalist. I mean, the trade she does in the arts alone is worth a fortune.
Yes, that was one of the topics we mentioned. Uh, We have the list of names that she wanted us to search for, right?
Kinda. Yeah, you have a kind of a broad spectrum thing. The mayor.
No, she told us that there was a list of names of people's of corpses to find.
Oh yes, the remnants of her clan.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, by the way, do you know anything about? I think he's gonna hand over the list of names.
She goes, the Glasswalkers. So it seems you've already been conscripted to work with the Guru. Were you not already aware of this? Auntie is a werewolf.
He came to us under the pretense of providing knowledge for keeping that quiet, but it seems that it is a well-known secret.
Isn't it obvious?
She's gonna, Daphne's gonna just look at Francesca and just see. I want to know what Francesca's face is reading as right now.
Frankie has done her best to keep her composure. She is taking in the information and trying to articulate a response in a way that will be amenable, agreeable to the sheriff. The sheriff is convinced by money, as Auntie informed us. So Francesca will look back at Daphne, shrug a little, and say, what is important is that we maintain order and that we maintain the flow of trade. We haven't been conscripted into anything, but we are looking at the options that we have. That is the main reason we saved your life. We would like to continue to work with you.
And I would be obliged to broach my assistance.
I think Victor had some questions about trade and fiscal responsibility of this court.
By all means. Victor, your question?
Victor.
Victor?
Yeah.
Yes, what fiscal questions did you have
Help
for
me,
the
I got
sheriff?
it. Phil. Given that you are the sheriff, are there any people to whom you delegate the responsibility of the fiscal aspects of this empire?
Absolutely none. I am in full control of the finances here. I like to keep a very particular line on everything. I don't want things getting out of hand. I deal with the Guru when I need be. They have a firm stranglehold upon shipping, at least when it comes to the maritime aspect, and as for land, the mages unfortunately have a pretty firm grasp on the train routes. Anything that we do necessarily has to go by them. Their attendant in town is Oswald the Magnificent. He likes to spend his time doing parlor tricks down at the local vaudeville theater, seemingly in violation of the masquerade, but the kind have yet to catch on that his particular brand of magic is a little bit more than sleight of hand. You may...
What are the names of the railway companies that you control?
We primarily traffic with the Pacific Rail line in this region. It's really the only option. If we go a little bit further west, you have the TransUnion and a few other continental lines, but mainly everything in the area runs through the Pacific. And unfortunately, the mages have resolute control of the Pacific lines. If we wish to do anything involving trains, it has to go through them and their unfortunate predilections.
How has the fire affected the day-to-day operations of trade, whether via the train routes or maritime, anything of the sort?
Absolutely everything has ground to a complete halt. It's not good. I, on my way here, I went by a few tried and true contacts, and things are dire. There's whispers of a strike. The mayor's talking about drumming up some kind of committee rather than going through the usual motions to restore the city. The rail lines are absolutely ruined. So many of our laborers who have the affinity for this kind of construction work are dead. It's not looking good. We're going to need a lot of flesh and blood here as quickly as humanly possible, and we're going to make sure that everything runs smooth. We're going to have to move fast.
What can we do to help grease the wheels of getting this operation back and running?
She rubs her chin. Money would be efficient. Bribing the police to keep order would be good, and making sure that there's not a single strike down at the docks. But to do something like that, you'd have to make sure that the Guru are in good straits. They run the entire gamut. The Delagu, they've been here since the 1840s, fled some strange thing in Sardinia, if I remember. Some kind of commotion. 1848? That was a hell of a year out there in Europe.
Besides Auntie, do we have any other contacts with the Guru in this region?
Thankfully for us, the Delagu kind of removed all of the Guru influence in a manner I find actually rather unbecoming. There used to be a Chumash tribe of Guru in the area, but the Delagu exterminated all of them about 50 years ago. All that's left is them and their Sardinian habits.
Very well. It seems that we may wish to give them a social call soon.
Of course. Their main farm is out there on the Isles beyond the bay. It's a bit difficult to get to, but I could arrange for a boat if need be. Though I wouldn't show up unannounced. The Guru are rather ill-inclined towards guests, especially on that island. From what I've gathered, they've lost quite a few people in the city during the whole commotion. Um, dare
If
I
we
say
need
Is
the
there
Guru to cooperate in order to control the docks and prevent any strikes, perhaps we ought to consider doing what Auntie has asked of us and making sure that in no uncertain terms, uh, that is a quid pro. That is an explicit trade.
And what exactly did she request of you?
She asked us to find some missing family members. Um, Victor, do you have that list?
I already handed it to her.
Oh, JC. Yes,
She thumbs through it. It's a big list of names.
it is.
The Guru are a superstitious lot, especially when it comes to corpses. If you were to find these bodies, it certainly would give you a bit of cachet. They're very old-fashioned. Old world,
That
I
is
dare say.
that is what Auntie said. Um, so perhaps that would be a high priority for us. We want to make sure that we can prevent strikes uh, in order to prevent the manpower issues from getting any worse.
She gives you a faint nod. And in furtherance of this, I think we're going to need a bit of a new power structure. How do we wish to organize our new fief? Do we wish one of us to be in charge, or shall we rule as oligarchs like the ages of yore?
He glances back at the other three, looking to see if they have any input before she answers.
Given that blood and money seem to be the currency of the realm here, it seems that the natural direction for the power struggle to go would be to oligarchy, at least for the time being.
For the time being, yes. Until a leader emerges.
I agree that we should operate as equals, but I imagine that in due time we should organize what particular segments we yield over. Allow me to handle some of the minutiae of politics. I am the leading member, and I am the only one here who understands how old San Francisco truly works. I will still confer with you, but allow me to operate as I have done for decades.
As you see.
I'll report every evening what I have discovered. We can keep things clear and open. Now, which of you wishes to, how do we say, carve up the rest of the pie?
Sure.
What do you mean?
Well, politics is not the end-all be-all. There's culture, there's faith, there's commerce, there's labor, there's capital. There's a lot of cogs moving within this machine. To whom
And
shall each cog
this
turn?
machine has burned to the ground as of late. So what do we do to raise it from the ashes?
We need to get the wheels of commerce back up and running.
Juan Carlos speaks up. He's like, I can help give us an injection of currency. I'll also be more than happy to preside over our religious needs. But foremost of all, I am in charge of the security of, and he's going to nod over to Frankie. Then I guess I can eventually also have some sort of team also acting as enforcers.
Religion will probably be very important during this process. Daphne does just a little bit of a turn and a spin and a dip, in a sort of interpretive dance motion before she comes to a complete still stop with her arms or her hands crossed right in front of her, and she looks Juan Carlos in the eye and she just says, "Please make a religious presence known in this town."
Now is a time where the kind will turn to faith, and we should give them that light.
Agreed. It's very useful. That sounds like a good plan.
People will need
Victor?
it. Sorry.
Oh, Frankie nods at Daphne, and she agrees.
Gwendolyn gives a firm nod.
Daphne, what else would you like to be involved in?
I very much enjoy being involved in charity works and arts and culture. However, in the interim of certain establishments that can hold such ventures, I believe that I could be useful amongst the children of the city. Children adore me, and so do their parents.
Gwendolyn gives you a skeptical glance.
They do. You should see my Butterfly the Clown act.
I suppose
Frankie
that
smiles.
might be true in your heart. We certainly do
Quantavlo?
need to give the kind bread and circuses. Entertainment is not a terribly bad idea. And what of you? Gwendolyn is looking at you, Doctor.
Frankie shrugs. My specialties are in the sciences, but I can go where I am needed. Industrial development could certainly be relevant. I could probably help source more labor.
Uh-oh. That is something that's old Frisco is in desperate need of.
Given that she speaks Mandarin, I don't like where this is going.
Oh my god, no, I was thinking of necromancy.
Yeah, I immediately
well,
I immediately
a little bit better.
went to undead labor instead of just exploiting Chinese people, but thank you.
My gosh.
I was like, I went to something much, much worse.
I mean,
In media
something
res.
accurate to the time. Sorry.
Wait, when was the Chinese Exclusion Act?
I don't know. Top of my head.
Not soon enough.
Within the context of this.
1882.
Yeah, so yeah, you can't import Chinese people.
Okay.
The Coterie knows this because they're hip on their racism. So I immediately went to necromancy. I knew it was going to be zombies. So I'm just going to throw that. I knew it was zombies. Okay.
Jude's been playing too much Red Dead Redemption 2.
No, that's no. I mean, that's an understandable assumption.
Speaking of which, I would love to play that online because that game is amazing.
Private server. Please.
I'll pay for it. I'll pay for the private server for Red Dead Redemption. We can all.
That's more than. And then Libby gets it, and then we can be frontierswomen together, and it'll be so much fun. We can ride horses.
It'll just be you two like making out with each other in the background while Jude and I just like fish and farm and stuff. So I know what's gonna happen. Like. All right. So anyway, back to the game. Is there anything else we wish to discuss with Gwendolyn before we retire for the evening?
Any areas of industry or need that we've missed? We've covered commerce and religious needs. We've covered cultural and arts, in particular entertainment for distracting kind, for occupying kind, let's say. And we've covered sourcing more labor and industrial development or redevelopment. Is there anything we've missed?
And I believe that a certain money bags here could probably finance everything very readily. So I think you all actually have a pretty good plan, to be honest.
Money bags.
It's not his fault he found El Dorado. I found a city full of gold, and I was like, no way. And I came back, and it was still there, and I just kept taking gold, and I invested in guns, and next thing I know, I'm the richest man on earth. The East India Company, that was me. Like,
that could be a whole other D&D campaign right there.
That'd be fantastic. All right, so anything else? We just want to perhaps. I think we have to do some out-of-character discussions about what we're going to do next session. I think we're done for the evening.
Yeah, I think we're done.
All right, good job, gang. Honestly, pretty good ideas to pitch to Gwendolyn. Let me turn off the recording.
I love